Biggie. 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 Biggie.
All right, today we're going to talk about books I got, shit I'm eating, and packaging some books. So I had a fire pickup today. I spent a little too much. I spent like $30 on these books, but I couldn't help myself, man. They were shit that I haven't seen in the front of the store. They were cleaning out the back, and they brought up some books to the front, and I saw a pile, and I saw one book. I'm like, oh, I want that. And I saw another book. I'm like, I might want that one. I want that one. And I saw 3 other books, and I'm like, oh shit, these might be cool. And then looked them up. Sure enough, those were fucking books I needed too. What up, Reverend?
How you doing, man? Mr. Biggie Shack, how you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Good.
Getting some packing done and getting ready to eat some lunch. I got some books I got a bunch of shit going on.
Nice.
I'll go wash my hands. I'll be right back.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. See what's going on with the chat. Nothing. That is okay. Whoever's watching, hope you're doing well. We're just chilling. It's my day off today.
Nice.
Always happy to be chilling on my day off.
I'm going to eat this McDouble, and then we'll get started.
Oh, man. I really wish I had a McDouble now.
I got McDouble, and I got one of these bad boys.
McDonald's is my, if there's a fast food vice for me, it's fucking McDonald's, bro.
McDonald's is okay. I'm not really a big fan, but my kid likes it, and if I'm going to order a cheeseburger, I might as well get 2 McDoubles for $3.
The French fries, the cheeseburgers, and the Big Macs, bro. And, of course, the milkshakes. They're fucking, it's just...
Milkshakes are good.
Can't say no to that shit.
I know, man.
I gotta go back upstairs after I've done this smoke. I gotta do setup behind me. I gotta see if it works out on cam. So I'll get off my phone when I go back up there, and I'll go onto my actual computer.
Yeah, man, no problem. So my LCS lady, she had some guy helping her, and they completely moved all the books in the back, even further back, because they're working on the floor in there, right?
Okay, all right, well.
And
that doesn't bode well for you. That makes it more accessible for everybody else.
Makes it a little harder for me to get to them. Well, I don't care. I would love for them to bring them up front. Let's play, dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a couple hours. I'll dig through your
I like that. Yeah, you're good at it. Like I always say, if I was gonna bring a person into a shop, it'd probably be you.
Well,
especially if there's no internet around. If there's no internet, it's like I gotta call Big. Hold on a second. Big, I'm looking at some books. What am I looking at here, bro?
I appreciate you saying that.
It's true, man. It's true. You're good at that shit.
Yeah. You're pretty good too. You're surprisingly good, dude. Like, I'd say, like, if we did that Keymaster a bunch of times, you'd probably beat me 2 or 3 times out of the week. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's hard.
Good.
That's a hard one. You're fast. You're like, bop, 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 bop. I'm not quite. I'm like more like Alan. I'm like, oh fuck, I know this. Ah, shit, you already said it.
Yeah, I think Alan could beat me. I think you could. I think anybody could on the right day. You know?
You're just being modest. You're pretty good, man.
It's a fun game.
Yeah. Man.
Well, let me show you what I got. Hold on.
Kenneth Bird, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in the chat.
So I spent $30, so it must have been halfway decent, right?
I actually haven't seen Kenneth Bird in a while, and I've just started seeing him poking around again, and it's good to see you, Kenneth. I don't know.
Oh, Birdman always pops in mind.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but I've seen him in the last couple of chats. So.
I see people all over the place except my chat. I'm like, damn, I ain't seen you in fucking years, like. Yeah. It's because they don't got my chat.
Yeah, fair enough. We do pretty good on Sundays. We get a pretty regular crowd there, so it's nice.
So I saw a couple Venom books, Bleak, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want those. Those are good, right?
What'd you get?
All right. All right. The first one I had to get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Is that Amazing Spider-Man or just Spider-Man?
um, I don't know. It says number one.
Huh.
I think it's a small mini series.
Like just a mini series. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty
Yeah, it's
dope.
called the. It's a super special, one of five. You know, there's four other books, but this jumps off the Planet of the Symbiotes.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, that's cool. Planet
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Symbiotes. That would be a null thing, so that's pretty cool.
yeah. It's pretty sweet. And then I saw this one. I thought I don't know if this is important or not, and I look it up, and it is like a cameo first appearance of the Xeno phase or some shit. But Venom the Hunted.
Yeah, I like that one. Is really cool. That's a. Oh, see, I picked up the True Believers of that because I really wanted to read the story. It's a good story. It's fun.
Yeah, all these are. I mean, those two are like normal original print first issues or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
So I see these other books, Bleak. I'm like, well, I know what they are. The reprints of the Bicentennials or whatever the fuck, the big comics, right?
Right.
And I left the shop. I'm like, nah, they probably ain't worth that much. So this one's got like a box end on it.
Thick one, yeah.
It's a thicker one. And then they had this one.
Very cool.
And then they had this one.
I don't know, man. Those are good to pick. Oh, that's a great one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, $5-10 maybe. They ain't
No.
worth
That
much.
one's a really good one. That Spider-Man versus Superman goes for some decent bucks, dude.
I fucking eBay them. They're like $20-$30 books, bro.
Yeah. That's
I'm like, what the fuck?
all that DC Marvel crossover stuff is really pretty good. They made a Treasury version of that cover as well, which sells really well.
Yeah. Yep. So the fucking reprints are worth more than the Venom shit I got.
Yeah, that's because certain books price themselves out, right? Like you're a low grade collector, so you don't mind getting a low grade book. Somebody might not want to spend $900 on a low grade book. They'd rather spend the 25 or $30 on a first reprint, let's say.
Yeah. So I mean, the original to these three are probably $50, $100, shit like that. The big giant one. So this might be the only other format you can kind of get those stories in. So I could see why they might be worth some money, but they priced a little higher than I expected them to.
Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this shit off.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna come back in a second, Biggie. All right.
All right, bro. I'll be here.
All right.
I gotta find a box. There we go. I got one. That's good because my post office didn't have any of these. Post office didn't have any of these, so. It's okay. Now I need a knife. I don't see a knife or scissors. Oh, I see you, bro. I'm coming. Sorry, bro. There he is.
Okay. Can you make me big for a second?
Sure.
Looks pretty good. That's not so bad, eh?
That's
So
real
that's-
good.
So yeah, it's just every book, like all the books that I'm gonna have, like everything's behind me gonna be for sale. So
Yeah.
it'll be a change up. I'll change up some stuff, but everything back there is for sale.
Was that your first try doing that on Who That's the other night? Doing it with that, like that?
Yeah, sort of like this. It's nice to have it behind me in case people ask. Because when I have my own stuff behind me, they always ask if it's for sale. So
Yep.
it's this is now they can, whenever they ask, I can say yes, it is for sale. Indeed, that's for sale.
Well, a lot of people ask that question, kind of being smart. I'll let you know. They're like,
Yeah. So I'm sort of taking that out of the equation, you know.
You want to fucking be a smart ass? Then you're welcome.
You're welcome. Now everything's for fucking sale. There you go.
I love it.
Yeah. So all right, that looks great. Cool shit.
I'll be selling something, and they'll be like, "Oh, is that World's Finest 2 behind you for sale?" Yeah, dumbass. That's for fucking sale. Yeah, that's why I'm selling fucking $20 lots, and I'm also selling that World's Finest 2 behind me. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Einstein fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
I get caught in my own thoughts, Bleeker. I'll start thinking like, why don't people buy from me? Why don't this happen? Do you ever get like that?
I do actually. I do. I wonder once in a while because sometimes, like, I don't have a great. Maybe I just don't have enough sellers and buyers in my life. Stepo buys from me. Man Cave buys from me once in a while. A few other people have bought for me. I think I've done pretty well.
Oh, you do real good. You've been getting a lot more clientele. You've been getting your word out.
Yeah, a lot of packages have been going out really easily. Like everything's been mailed out good and shit like that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I used to be really slow mailing stuff away, so that probably was never a good thing. But I'm a lot faster now. I usually mail it out the Monday after. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some packing done now. I got my giveaway. I did Friday packed up. I just got to put a label on it. And the last thing I sold, the person asked me to wait till the middle of July. So I'm actually packing a little too early, but I just want to get the shit over with,
Yeah.
So you think I did all right on these for $30? I tried to get the fucking 3 reprints for $15, like 5 a piece, everything for $5. But she started saying, I haven't got a chance to price these yet.
Well, those Venom books are pretty good, and those are nice. The reprints are pretty nice, man.
I average about $6 a book.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not so bad.
It's expensive though. I mean, $30.
Well, for what you usually pay, it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, for what you're normally dropping down in that shop, it's
yeah. Well, my LCS is a little more expensive than antique. I can get like 20 books from my antique shop for $10. The LCS, it's usually cover or whatever's listed, or I do them like that because she almost did it. She hasn't looked the book up in months, but these were from the back. She said I haven't had a good chance. I was thinking about looking these up, and I'm like, you don't want to do that. Well, I'll just give you 20 for all 3 of them.
Yeah, let me pay it right now. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna see you're gonna think they sell for 20 when they don't. They're gonna sit here for months. I didn't say all that to her, but that's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I just got this fucking thing, Bleak, where I don't want anybody to get books from the LCS unless it's me. Like,
You're like, this is my LCS, and they're all my books. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
all right.
I just don't want anybody to get the shit because I don't have many options in my town. So
yeah, that's true. You don't have a lot of options where you're at, and it's a good thing that you have the eye that you do. You know what you're looking at, so you're good.
Someone else will see that shit and get it before me, and I'll be like, "Oh man, I missed out,"
Is that your biggest fear? It keeps you up at night. You're like, I think somebody else took something that I wanted from the LCS.
It has bothered me before. I lost the ASM Annual 1. It probably would have presented better than the one I got for $150. And I swore to myself back then I'm gonna get one for the same price.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Pieces of it are fucked up, and there's a collar missing. See, the other one was like faded real bad, but it was smoothly faded. Like everything is about the same. But the one I have, it has a little more brightness. What up, Houdat?
Says he's on the way.
All right, I'll drop a link for you.
He should be. I thought he was going on holiday or some bullshit today.
I always send a link to Bleeker and D because they come in the most consistently.
Yeah, I try to come in when you send me a link. Sometimes I can't, but most of the time I can.
Yeah. And you guys don't complain when I send links. Some people actually complain.
No, I don't give a shit.
No, I don't care. I appreciate the Gmail at least. Let me know thinking about me,
Yeah, all right, cool. I got a link right on.
Yeah, I sold this lot for like $80 or $50 plus 10 shipping. It was a pretty good amount of money for them. I feel like I should give them some extra. Oh, I did give them extra stuff, didn't I? I don't know if I did or not. Maybe, I didn't know. Yeah, I gave them a Deadpool. I'll find some more shit together. What I'll do.
Yeah, I just sent Stepo a bunch of shit, so gave him a couple extras. You know how that all works.
Yeah, you always send your friends a couple extra bucks because it makes them feel better about the purchase. They might come back and buy more.
Well, yeah, that too, and not to mention, fucking, I owe Stepo. I don't owe him, but I owe him.
Yeah, he's been generous with you. I feel the same way. Like Doc buys something from me, like I'm gonna send him something dope.
Yeah, he's pretty generous with me. So
Yeah.
Try to be as cool as possible.
Yeah. Those guys are fucking rad as fuck, man. That's why me and you have kind of like the same taste. We appreciate rad collectors,
Yeah, man. But you got to, right?
Huh?
You got to. Like, I am not new, but new to the game. When it comes to some people like Stepo or Alan or whatever the case may be, like those guys, they know just all the artists and the history of it all. It's pretty fucking dope shit.
Yeah, they know shit about runs that we don't even probably think much about. Like,
like keys that I would be like, what the fuck? This is the first whatever. This is the first this guy. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, Bullet Man, Fawcett, fucking Black Terror, all the women and all that shit. They good, but it's like whenever I win a collector club against Alan. Like the last 2 episodes, I beat Alan, but I was also giving away shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the chat's going to probably side with the guy that's on their channel. They're giving away shit. If I went on his channel, I'd probably get smashed.
Well, yeah, he's got a good following these days. If you go into one of Alan's chats, he's got like 30, 35 people in there.
Oh yeah, 30, 40, fucking 50. I've seen 50 in there.
Yeah,
right?
so have I. Pretty good shit.
Who blames him? Me and you have had Alan and Stepo on our channel. We don't get 50 fucking.
No.
No.
Well, like on church, we get a regular from 15 to 25-ish usually.
That's good.
Yeah, on the whatchamacallit, on the Band of Brothers, man, there's like 45 to 50 usually. So that's pretty decent. It's growing, as they say. Hey, Mr. Houdat.
We got Big Houdat.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Packing up the books and grub, and I had to drop off my car at the garage. It's always fun. Get an oil change. They're going to check my brakes. And I might have like a tail light thing going. He told me I shouldn't have to worry about my tail light during the day because when I put on my main lights, there's no issue. But during the day, one of my tail lights don't light up. I still feel like that's a problem. Like if the other tail light's lighting up, then the other one should. He's trying to explain. He hasn't even looked at it yet. Maybe he'll figure it out.
Well, it's either a bulb or it's a fuse or it's the wiring. There can only be three solutions to that problem.
Yeah. How you been doing, Huda? What you into, man?
Hanging out, just chilling.
We're just talking about good collectors and shit.
Good collectors?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna say it, Bleak. It'd be nice if good collectors would do videos on the stuff they do videos on.
Oh no, let's say if we're gonna say it, let's say it for real. That guy, your comic wasn't worth $1 million, so you didn't get a fucking video. So
Yeah.
Swaggle House, Josh's comic books, all those guys that thrive on fucking views on whatever. Your $10,000 didn't get a big enough headline to have them.
That just irks me, and it kind of shows to me, since this happened so quickly after my incident. It's literally a month ago. Literally a month ago.
Well, you just got it back, really? Like what? A couple
weeks ago. So like this kind of, I would hope this kind of opens the eyes of the community. It's like, dude, like they had an opportunity. I'm happy I got it back. I'm happy for like Thorough, Biggie, a few others who actually helped and reached out. And Instagram had a lot of names. I can't name everybody. Some here, but it just shows you what they're really about. Just at the end of the day, it kind of shows you what they're really about. I don't want to say everything I really feel about seeing that pop up, because people get their feelings hurt, and then they might have people try to attack me and blah blah blah, and attack you guys. But it's like, dude,
I'm attacked.
Even this a mention, you know what I mean? Just like you could have just shared it on Instagram.
They can attack me if they want. They'd be
Yeah,
like,
so
that Bleecker Street Comics, stupid. I hate that guy. Fuck.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad. They just show people. They don't care about you. They don't care about are you.
They don't care about do they care about the community, or do they care about clicks and views? You know what I mean? I don't get me wrong. I actually don't give a fuck if you're growing your channel and that's your goal. You want to be a YouTube star and everything. That's fine, but I still think you should have a little sympathy for the community that got you there.
Yep.
It ain't even the community; it's the fucking viewers. So a person with a YouTube channel probably don't mean much to them. They're just trying to get people to watch their shit. Like I've never seen the bigger channels in a lot of our chats. You just don't see it.
No, I don't get. I think the biggest one that comes in mind is probably Alan. Alan's got 4,000 subs.
I only get some of those guys in his shit, yeah.
And I think we get the Butcher comes in once in a while.
That's pretty good.
He drops a line and says hello.
I've seen him in mine before.
Well, I say I've known the Butcher before he was
Yeah.
Pressable Defect. So that's a long friendship way before.
He just seems like, and I don't know all of them, but out of all of them, he seems like the guy that always reaches out. Says, hey.
Yeah. You see the other guy too. What's that? The bigger
Guy Forge.
Guy Forge. Yes, Guy Forge does as well.
Guy follows a lot of people, and he'll at least stop in and even just say hello.
Yeah.
Even if he just does that.
Yeah, he does. He pops in and says, "Hey,"
always.
Just swinging through, saying, "Hey." I'm like, right on.
But like Butch, I've known Butch for a long time. Dude's a real real. It's just sad. It's like, man, I wish my comic would have been. Well, I don't wish this because I probably would have killed somebody. And I'm just talking that. I'm just saying. I'm not This is this.
That's
fake,
that's a fake scenario.
fake YouTube. This is fake. And but my comic was $1 million. They probably would have got some play, I guess.
Well, but I don't understand. Okay, so your comic's not worth $1 million, but wasn't the only theft there that weekend.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
There was art pieces that were done. There was your comic. There was other.
There's something else. There was like 3 things that I know of.
Yeah, wasn't there as well? There was like comic book, like sketch covers done by artists as well.
Yeah, it was a sketch cover done by David Sanchez who stole it. My book, and it was something else. I can't think of it.
Yeah. So those 3 things, and you would think that at least, like you had, like that's a pretty the 4,000 or 10,000 is a major event. Never mind the art pieces right off the artist tables. How does that make an artist feel? Are they ever going to come back to a fucking con? Probably not. Douchebags. You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't want to come back, you know. And I already kind of I talked to what I told I'll share. I think I shared this with Steppo before I even shared it with you guys in the chat. With you, it's like I talked because he was just messaging me, so it's like it was an opportunity. And it's like I shared it with him, and I was like, see this incident that happened again in Dallas. I'm gonna go to Dallas Fan Expo, but I'm probably gonna go Friday, just with the family. Probably not gonna bring any books.
no.
Probably not gonna buy anything for myself. I'm gonna buy stuff for my daughter because I want her to have a great time.
It's a family
Yeah,
holiday.
last time.
Yeah.
It's going to be like you said, it's going to be a family holiday. That's what it's going to turn into, especially after this more recent incident at a card show. And they're on camera doing it.
Well, I guarantee yours is on camera.
Yeah, mine's on camera too. I just don't want to reach out to me.
They just won't. No, they won't. They won't because they don't want the bad publicity. They're gonna. It's all gonna be hush hush. Yeah. What do you think of my new setup? It's got a force.
Yeah, let's show Bleak. I just feel like Hudat, if you wouldn't have got that police report, I think that would have been even slower.
Oh yeah, I like the new setup. Like
Not
that.
bad. Eh? It's just all the for sale books. It's pretty cool.
I like that, and then you can change that out every.
Got some
different-
t-shirts
yeah.
behind me whenever I get up and leave.
Yeah, there's some Bob.
I like that.
for sale too, man.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, baby.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I like that because with the sign too, because it gives people if they have questions about something they can ask.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all everything on the racks for sale.
But yeah, it's kind of, and then it's crazy that it's in Dallas again. This incident happened in Dallas again. Like that is crazy.
Well, and it was like it was like fucking Mission Impossible. Like 3 guys distracting 3 other dudes, and 1 guy walks away with a box. Like it was a real like fucking Ocean's 11 some bullshit, man. It's some real shit. It's really weird.
And the funny thing is, my incident probably could have been the same. Well, at least some kind of similar way, because we don't know what actually happened. We don't know if we don't know if somebody distracted the guys who were running a booth and somebody went back there and grabbed.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. There's 3 guys. They're talking to the 3 guys.
Not for my incident. From
Your incident.
Yeah, I said it's probably the same type of way, maybe with less people, but it's just it's sad. It's sad. Dallas needs to do Dallas needs to do something about this.
Dallas
is going on.
Oh, you know what I found out, guys?
What's that?
Fucking Houston is a hotbed for HIV right now. I don't know if y'all know that, but has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm just saying interesting.
That kind of like whoa.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to stay away from Houston. Jeez.
yeah. It kind of jumped from.
and Brazil too. Brazil. I'll tell you that, Blake. Brazil too.
I don't know what the fuck's going on in Houston, but I've been seeing a lot of shit.
Well, they're getting all that disease is getting washed away with that hurricane.
all those Dallas
Yeah.
cheerleaders, man. You know.
I don't know. Anyways, just be careful, guys. Anybody from the Texas area, just try to stay.
Well, be careful with your collectibles sent in that area. I hate to say it like that.
Yeah.
You got you got 2 conventions within a month with major incidents that happen. So I don't and see they need to do something, because not just like you said, artists might stop coming, dealers might be like, why would I come if this happened at a prominent booth?
Yeah.
This happened at a why would I come
We
there?
happen to know somebody that does booths, Dustin. What if what if somebody decided to say, I know Dustin's a tough cookie and he probably just fucking beat the shit out of the guy. But that being said, what happens if somebody fucks with Dustin's shit, or anybody we know? We already know what's that dude that got caught stealing already at a convention, and he's part of the community. Yeah, Epic Nation or whatever the fuck his name was, and he's a big part of the community at one point in time. So it's rampant, man. People fucking steal.
Yeah, well, the economy sucks and people are poor and they're fucking using a hobby as a gateway to take advantage of people. It's not new.
and I don't want to state the economy is not poor, because if you see how many people travel, Biggie, that shit is a lie. People spend tons of money.
Yeah,
Cruise ships are packed. The
I'm
cruise
not in
prices
that.
are.
I'm not in that class of people. I don't know that class of people. I know a few,
But-
obviously.
But no, I'm just saying, like, all you got to do is just go places like Essence Fest that just happened in New Orleans. Essence Fest like broke records that hadn't been seen since 2017. Like they estimated, I think it was like $400 million, like it brought to the city
Damn.
on one weekend, four-day weekend. That's what they estimate. That is great. Like, so I think the economy is not as bad as everybody thinks it is. It's
That's
just that
That's what a Leafs game after a playoff game fucking generates just in bars, man.
yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like it's a lot of it's money it's money out there, I think. But if you say something enough, people tend to believe it. You know, like it's like, you know.
Well, we've seen it even since I've gotten on YouTube and been on IG. I've seen a big rise in comic shops getting busted into.
Yeah.
They're
yeah, comic shop, card shop.
it's happening around your place. Yeah,
Card shops have been getting busted into, because I know that happened a few times. I've seen.
Granted, I think the one in my area is an inside job, but
It feels like the other collectibles are thriving and comics are kind of just hovering, you know, like look at sport cards, dude. People are going fucking bananas over basketball, baseball, football,
cards, Pokemon bullshit,
Video games.
video
The Hot Wheel bullshit drives me crazy. Like, you're going after chase cars that are worth $10. Like, get a grip, guys.
It's crazy. That the Hot Wheels thing is crazy to me, bro.
That's
And
Legos. Don't forget Legos.
Legos is the number one selling toy there is. Legos.
you can actually make money if you just have a barrel of number 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. You just buy all the Lego you can, separate it into what it is, and you can make money on that. It's insane.
All you gotta do, but also if you just have a if you have a little bit of money, able to buy the sets when they come out.
Oh yeah,
you just buy the name brand.
buy anything Star Wars.
The licensed sets, because they limit them and they discontinue them. So if a Star Wars thing comes out, buy it.
Yeah.
Or buy as many as you can. Guess what? Sit on it for like a year. You'll double, triple your money.
You really will. You really will.
Yeah. Because it's gonna be discontinued.
And it's because it's Lego, right? You lose Legos. Legos are easy to lose.
I'm
That's
waiting.
a fact.
I'm waiting till next year when they do the G.I. Joe Transformers movie. I think it's 2025.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sell some of my old Transformers because I know what I got. I know the value in them. I'm just gonna wait till more people realize, like,
Yeah,
these
I
are
think you'll be able to sell some of those, but you still have things that are in really good condition. You've got stuff in boxes and stuff, so you'll be good.
yeah, I got old ones too. Like the new
see,
shit, I really
toys.
like.
Toys are on a different level than comics or even cards. Like toys are just like in another strategy. I just watch a lot of toy sales, and I'm just like, it's crazy because
Oh my god.
toys more so than comics and cards. You know,
Yeah.
you open up cards, you hold cards, comics the same way, but toys are 100% supposed to be open and play with. You know, so to find a sealed, wallet box toy, it's like that's like finding Action One. Like,
I gotta say hi to the Great Legend Show. How you doing, Legend?
what's up? What's up, Legend? Legend, man, get on it, man. They stealing stuff in Texas, man. Freaking Jesus.
Yeah, poor Legend's like, he's a fucking 20-minute walk down the street venture to CBCS, and he sees what's going on with Whodad, and he's like, fuck them guys. But you know, it's still easy for him to get those slabs, so I don't blame him at all.
Oh, I don't blame him at all, but
No.
I heard him say it makes me nervous now because of what happened.
Well,
Yeah,
Splash won't ever do it now. Splash won't go to CGC or CBCS now. He's like, nope, these are my comics, and I'm never getting anything done.
The only thing I would say, if he did like the thing like Legend does it is a little bit more secure because there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Was a good hang last night.
yeah. So like to steal from CBCS's grounds, that's really bold. But you know, people stealing from these card shows and
The fact that they could steal from the convention is pretty intense to me. Like I like the one that just happened, but the fact that they could go into like you handed your books to somebody and they should have put them away immediately. Like it just that's insane to me that book somehow went.
But you know what else is like? It's kind of crazy to me, being that we're in 2024 and 5 months away, I think, from 2025. Can we get better camera system at these conventions? Like, what is going? People have better camera systems at their houses. That's your house.
Yeah, man. You should
Like
see
my
it.
doorbell camera, I could pull it up right now and I show it to you guys. You're gonna be like, "That's clear as shit." Yes.
Yeah, don't fuck around at U-Haul. They keep putting in new cameras like once every year. So don't fuck around at U-Haul. They see like zits on your asshole, man. They're like, "Hey, that guy's got zits on his ass." I know that. I know that guy.
It's like these conventions have these 1990s cameras. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, about $1 million in cards, Great Legend. That's, that's the hubbub.
They were the prices he had on them were inflated,
Sure.
but I would say because his prices total out to almost $2 million, it's like 1.9. I would say it's probably you discount all that inflation. It probably is $1 million. It's probably right on the dot. Right, it's probably right on $1 million, which is still insane. At $1 million worth of
Fucking
cards,
crazy, man. That's fucking,
you know.
that'd be devastating to somebody, unless hopefully he's got insurance.
But even if you have insurance, Bleak, like who has $1 million of insurance? Hey, you know how expensive that is?
Somebody that has fucking $8 bazillion worth of cards better have $1 million worth of
Yeah,
insurance.
but people who have that already are a billionaires. So like, yeah, like if he's a regular person that just ended up getting like Splash, I'm just saying, if you have like Splash and you got this stuff way like 50 years ago,
Fuck
yeah,
that. Make the convention pay for it. That was their fucking bullshit. It happened on their fucking area. I want their insurance to pay for it. I bet you the convention's insurance can pay them.
the only thing we can hope like for that incident, since it's a higher total and the video's out, people analyze it and all that. All you can hope for, since we are in the modern times, everybody has a camera phone, like, and they're basically a computer in their pocket. We can hope somebody took a screen, like a selfie, or was taking pictures, and that guy with that shirt that's definitely
I
distinguishable
walked around my
passes by.
all day doing camera work. All the time I was having my camera out, and so was everyone else. So there's
Yeah,
gotta
so
be something.
somebody might have a clear picture of that. If they got a clear picture of that guy somewhere that somebody has, that's it. It's over.
Oh, Legend's asking some questions about the top 15. You're muted. You're muted.
No one will ever know what I said. No.
How am I doing in the top 15? Did I break the top 10? That would be cool. Just being in the top 15 would be cool. Anybody I'm even asking for the book should take it as a compliment, but I can't promise everybody will make the top 15 because I'm at like 30 entries now.
Oh, you got 30 now? Oh, wow.
Jeez, jeez.
Yeah, I got about 25 to 30, I'm pretty sure. And
And the funny thing is, I stopped sending you stuff, Biggie, because I was like, I don't want to overwhelm you.
I know.
no, it's okay.
I didn't want, like, I mean, because it's a top. You said it's a because your video is top 15 collector or is it comic collector?
Collectors. Not
Collector.
No, it's
That's what I
comic
said.
collector. It's definitely
comic
comic collector. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times you said collector, so I was like, ooh, I'm deep in the running with all this stuff I got. But yeah.
I'd say it'd be nice to get an honorable mention.
Yeah, I can't. I tell you, the truth, Legend. I can't even configure. I'm close to kind of understanding maybe the top 5 or 6, but I'm still not able to quite. I'd say around mid-July I'll start really contabulating. Then maybe ask me. Then I could maybe give you a hint.
I tell you this, Bleak. If that AOK keeps going up on value, and I see on Key Collector, you just rising in the ranks.
Yeah, man.
I seen it go up again. I was like, jeez.
It's gonna keep going up. It's pretty
Wow. Oh, that was
I think
like,
I got another book coming too right
I
before
do.
things ending. So it's a pretty pricey book.
I do indeed.
The funny thing is, I have it ends at this month, huh? Ends at the end of this month.
Yeah, you got until the day before I do it, so it'll be like
Yeah.
July 30th, I guess, or something.
Yeah, I got a nice nice group of books. that I'm paying on will be in before that. So the only reason I don't have them now is because I could pay it off now, but I won't get them until I come back from my vacation. So I'm just gonna pay it off when I come back from my vacation. So yeah, I have some nice size, some nice books. Some are investment books, some are PC books, but yeah,
I would like to say this though. Out of 90% of the people I've asked to play the game or whatever, I've gotten good responses. But there's a few 10% that no bueno, and people think these guys are really good guys. They're not fucking that cool. At least not to me.
That's why I was like, hey, maybe it's collector. I'll be in the shot. Well, who else got
Those are a lot like
the
Thomas.
TMNT 1 and 2 in 9.0s?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in a few of the people I've asked. I actually went out and asked them do you want to? And they're like, yeah, go. Put their thumbs up, whatever, little symbol. And then they'll send me like a rando Instagram reel of some bullshit. I'm like, dude, I asked you for your fucking top 30, your top books. Nothing. I'm like, I you know how you get a little stomach check from some people and you kind of have a gut feeling they might not be what face value.
They might.
Yeah,
not,
I can't wait to see. You might not say it, but
they might not want people to know how much money they spend either.
Well, especially not what's been going on lately too. All these thefts, but yeah, I really want to know who gets disqualified, because I got a feeling some people are gonna send stuff that they've had like for the last 10 years or the last 5 years, because they're not gonna really understand that it's not top 15. For life.
I had to leave books out because I wasn't sure. There's books that I left out because I'm like, oh, I don't know if I had it pre or post. So I just was like, we'll leave it out.
There's a few books I know it's in 2023. I just don't know the exact date. But besides those books that I know the date, like of the year, yeah. I'm like, I don't know about the others. I was like, I can't remember.
Yeah, and I've been surprised by some people I didn't think would play, and they're in too. So it goes both ways.
As long as I don't get naked on the camera. Oh man, somebody did that before.
What's the
Bleak was not around for that one.
Did you miss that, Bleak? That's happened like 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
I'm glad I missed it.
It was another one guy. They called him Eagle or something. Didn't he say Eagle?
Vernon.
Right? Yeah. The Eagles landed.
The eagle landed. I must miss that one. I think the funniest one was my favorite person, funniest person in the community, good old Burke fam. Did y'all see his?
Didn't somebody fuck his show or something?
He was on a stream.
Oh yeah. Somebody did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a live, but he was fucking talking to somebody. And then he added someone in the stream, and it was just straight dick sucking, like, roar, roar, roar. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
And he was like, whoa.
I thought this was a family show, Burke. Jeez.
This happened on an auction. You didn't see anything, but you heard everything. Somebody was watching porn while the auction was going on, and they were going. You could hear it going to town, and everybody was like, I was like, whoa, what is going on?
That's one way to get the boys in your auction, I guess.
I'll tell you this, Sudat. You might have gotten the filtered story. I think I know it was on what's his name's fucking Gorilla, right?
Yeah.
So the protective story is it was a porn, but what I think happened was it was real life. They was really doing that. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it's fucking funny. I know that. Either way.
I just remember Gorilla. I think it was Gorilla Tile was on the screen when it happened.
Yeah. They went to somebody and their screen. No, was their screen off? No, they only had audio on like a couple people.
It was audio on a few people were muted, but there were audio on a few people. You didn't know exactly where it was coming from, but Gorilla Tile was the only one on screen, if I remember correctly. And
he wasn't doing shit because he was just sitting there like this.
Yeah, but when he heard it, he was like, you see his eyes get kind of like, he's like,
people thought it was just another window open. I think it's either what you're saying, somebody's watching porn, or they were actually in the process.
One of the two.
Yeah. don't know.
Legend said Gorilla Time was banging. So no, he was on camera, so it wasn't him because he
I'm
was
not gonna-
fully clothed.
I'm not going to say who was on panel, but it's a fucking hilarious story. That's a funny one.
Yeah, and that
What's
happened
the-
live.
What was the stream? Who's the stream with the cards getting stolen? Who that? Because I want to drop a link if I can.
Swaggle House.
Swaggle House did it.
Oh no,
but
not
I-
Fraggle Rock.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you somebody who actually. I'm gonna tell you a guy who's actually a card collector who did the video. I'm gonna tell you. I think it's Mojo Sports Cards. I think his name is Mojo.
Oh, I think he was the first one to drop it. Actually, yeah. James Bullock, how you doing?
Well, it's only funny to make fun of Swaggle House on Biggie's
Nah, I'd rather somebody you could share the
Oh, I
link with
see it.
somebody.
It's right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna share it, but I see it.
No,
Okay.
but like Mojo Sports, he's actually still doing a video. He's still live, but he's doing. He got like 277 people watching it. But
Good
what's
God.
up, James? But yeah, he that's the person I would actually be like, if you guys want to hear more about it, go to Mojo Sports Card. Somebody who actually is a card collector and stuff like that.
Fucking Fraggle down in Fraggle Rock.
Well, yeah, you know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it for club.
It's good seeing Robot Monster Island. That's my boy, RMI. He's got great books, man. Him and Ozzy kind of remind me like they kind of have similar auctions. Like he'll sell some crazy shit. Ozzy's is fucking crazy. Yeah.
Well, wait, Jan, we don't even know if those they didn't have dealer badges. You don't know if they had some kind of. You don't know what they had. So, there's something going on. Yeah, we don't. I don't know the full details.
We
But,
got Roscoe in the chat. We got Fantasy Ninjas.
Well, what's up, Roscoe?
Fantasy
What's going
Ninjas
on?
tonight is the theme for.
Oh, Fantasy Ninjas. So somebody should be drawing Usagi Jimbo.
Oh no, I'm just gonna draw.
This is a rabbit. This is
I
a
dream
rabbit.
of Genie as a ninja.
Oh man.
That's a Fantasy Ninja.
So I spent a little bit too much on these Who Dat, but I didn't. She was about to eBay price check me, so I had to up the ante a little bit. But anyways, I got one of them bad boys. I got the Haunted #1. Got Symbiote Island. Never had that one before. I got 6 books. 5 books. Sorry. And I'm looking forward to reading them. This one has a box in
Well,
it.
that one's cool. Yeah.
So $6 a book, I kind of overpaid, but I just wanted them. I'd rather just have them than hope I can get them later for cheaper. And once she eBays them, she'll be like, "Oh, this one sold for 20. This one's listed for 40." I won't be able to get not one of
I
them.
hate when people look at eBay prices and look at listings. It's like, no, tell me what it's sold for. I can list something for $1 million. Doesn't mean it's worth $1 million.
Yeah. I don't think any of the shit sold for more than $20, but they're all listed at 30 and 40. So that's what she'll think, like.
And you probably could find them like you did for like $6 or less somewhere. You know what I mean? So
Eventually.
yeah. I had a shop, a guy about an hour away from me. He used to go to the shop. Had good deals, but then he gave the business to his son, and his son would look at eBay. He priced stuff, and then look at eBay prices. I'm like, what the hell? You already got a price on it.
I don't like people that use eBay pricing. First of all, especially at a counter, you're using an eBay price, you're using a sold price, and that sold price also includes the shipping, and that's not fucking fair.
And guess what, Bleak? It was even worse because they have a screen, which I like the screen because it shows you what your total, like what you're spending and your total. But his dumb behind forgot to just turn it off. He's looking at eBay. He's looking up the books on eBay, and I'm seeing what he's looking at. And I'm like what? Like, and then he's not looking at sold. So I'm like, you're looking at eBay listings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she really did bring them from the back and hasn't had a chance to. A couple of them, as long as it has a sticker on it, she'll stick to that. I commend her for that. But if she don't know, I kind of understand, and I'm kind of like Russian or whatever. But at the same time, like, be just realistic. Like, just because it's listed $20, it's a fucking $5 book. You know, everything. If you could get cover out of a book, you're pretty lucky. Unless it's a major key that's hot and it's selling, and 10 have sold in the last week, I understand why you would raise it. But if it ain't that, then it's not expensive. Nothing is expensive hardly when you're buying comic books.
I had a guy, a great dealer. He had some like ghost variants, high ratio. Like he had some good stuff, but it's like all modern. And he told me on the side, it's like, look, he's like, if you ever see something you really like, but I might be a little high on the price, he was like, just call me. I have his phone number. He said, just call me. If it doesn't sell, we can work something out. He says, because when I put these books up and I find them in my storage units or my store storage, he goes, I paid like, you know, I didn't pay if it's a 1 in 25, I paid like, you know, $25 for it. He's like, I don't. Just because it's selling for $700 now doesn't mean I need to get $700 for it. He said, if it's selling for $700 and I have a list of $700, nobody buys it. He's like, just message me, you know, if we can work out something.
You can sell a book like for $500 pretty easy.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's like basically he's telling me if like, you know, if we agree on 400, he's happy. I'm happy because I got a deal on it, and he still made X amount of money. Yeah.
Exactly. And there's, like we say, there's you know, meat on the bone for the next person.
Yeah, so he told me that on the side. He's like, and I called and talked to him, and I was like, all right, because sometimes, like, you know, he prices it right. Like if the last sold was 500, he might price his at 450.
Yeah,
but if nobody buys it, he just said call him, message him, call him up, and we'll see what we can do, because like he might only have $5.
I try and sell at a good deal. Some deals I can't make because I've just got too much money invested into the book.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes, even if I have too much money invested in the book, I just want it gone, so I'll cut and run. You know, if I can just a couple bucks off.
I did that a few times.
You have to sometimes. So you have to go, shit, I lost on this one. It fucking happens. It happens to the best of us, man. You gotta go, all right, I guess.
It happened to me on a few books in the last year, but I knew it was better to cut out because the prices were not changing.
Yeah.
And it kept going down and down and down. So I just had to cut my losses and invest in something else, which I was upset about, but it's the way it was at.
I feel like most books are modern from 80 to now, and most of those books are worth less than $1. You have some that are worth more, but the majority of books that are just sitting in LCS, that they've sat there for fucking 30, 40 years, and it's $100 book, it shouldn't have no value to them, because it's just going to sit there another 20 years until somebody smart enough runs across it and sees it. Like, some shit's so obscure they just will never realize. For example, that Crossfire 12, that's a good one.
Well, you don't have to make me big, because I'm big enough where they can see it.
If you're any
Sean James
salesman, that you pull those books out, you write a whole blurb on the bag what this book is, and then you try and sell it for whatever kind of money you think you can get for it.
Ooh, James, I got a good book you can sell and whatnot. You probably get a lot of bids on it just because of what's going on.
Yeah, Robot Monster used to buy a lot of my books. Those are good.
There you go. You probably could get a lot of crazy bids off of this.
You got that, Biggie? You probably have that.
No, I don't have that one. I got the Osama though.
Yeah, he probably get a. I have this one.
I love Savage Dragon.
I have this one as well. Bush one.
Oh, is that the Trump? No, that's the other Biden.
George Bush. That's the George
Bush. It's fucking Bush. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I think that America hated Bush more than Biden, honestly. You remember whenever Biden left and Obama was coming in and they were like throwing shit at the car when he was leaving? That was crazy. People forget that.
Yeah, he went to other countries who were throwing shoes at him.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was during the whole nine whatever.
No, that was after that. That was well after.
Yeah,
that
right. He went through that with them, and he was not very much. Did he make it 2 terms?
He had two terms.
Wow, we were crazier than hell back then.
That's what I said. Like, dude, like, I don't. Honestly, don't care who wins because the president really doesn't matter. Like, for is unless you have a corporation or you have a business that deal with internationally. Like, unless you're one of those people, if you're just a regular person that works like me and Bleak, you know, and all you other guys out here who are watching, it really doesn't matter about the president. It matters about your local government, like your councilmen's and well, for me it's parish, your counties, people who control the counties, you know, stuff like that. All that stuff, that's what matters.
So I want to ask y'all a question. So actually, I kind of got this from K-pop when I was talking to her one time. Or I wasn't even on a panel. I was just in a chat, I think. I said that most people collect back issues. And then they said, no, they collect for stuff to read in indies or something like that. I don't want to misquote what they said, but the general idea was they're collecting for personal stuff, not to have worth a lot of money. They just wanted stuff for themselves, like the stuff you say, Bleak, like collect what you love. It's just a coincidence. The shit I love might be worth money, but I'm still collecting what I love. I'm just saying, like, do you guys think that people go out searching for bigger books that they may not be in love with, but they would love to own, or do you think they just are buying stuff that they are reading that connects to them on a personal level? Do you think there's a majority of those or majority of these, basically?
I can't afford all the things I love, Mickey.
Well, we all can. There's Papa right there. Yeah.
I can't afford like a Batman #1.
At first, I thought I was right, but the more I think about it, like there ain't a lot of people that fuck with books like me. I don't think. Like, I think they do like just the common stuff that's they enjoy.
I like a lot of common stuff. You know, I like Old Man Logan was high on my list. It's not high on a lot of people's list, but I like it.
Yeah, like I like Deadpool and Gwenpool. Nobody likes that.
What's up?
Well, they love Deadpool.
Hey, Stefano, how you doing, K-pop?
I think there is a lot more people that are just getting like stuff that they want, and instead of like looking for bigger books to get money to get bigger books kind of deal. Like, there's not a lot of us. I guess we're flippers, but we still fucking put it to our PC.
That's a part of the hobby, though. It always will be. It's a big part of the hobby.
I mean, it's, you know, some people just
Even-
don't sell. I don't know.
Even Man Cave flipped half of his collection to get a much bigger collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the way I think that's the way comics work at some point in time. You just sort of depends on what you want in your collection.
Yeah.
I want certain books. Biggie likes certain books. Some people don't. Some people all they want is something is killing children. I don't know.
Right.
Who am I to say? Who's
I want the first Wonder Woman. I want AF-15 again, but I want a better grade. So I'm not going to be able to. I could tell you this, even with my income and my family life, I probably could get one. But guess what? The price of it is going to go so much higher. I would need it to be the price that it is currently to get it 20 years from now. You know what I mean? If I just use my income, that's how long I'd have to save up probably for it.
Or you'd have to trade in some of the books that are behind you right now.
Yes, are the ones that I'm holding and waiting for the right time to do. Because when that deal's right, when one of those two books or both, and the deal's right, I don't want to. I want to keep my like Legend put Uncle Scrooge. I got the first appearance on Uncle Scrooge. Yes, I want to keep my first Uncle Scrooge, but guess what?
Karl Barks, Uncle Scrooge, and some love X-Men 4 Omega Red, and I love Omega Red.
But if you ask me, Bleak, if I would sell my first Uncle Scrooge, my first Silver Surfer, or my first Doctor Doom to get those two books, yes,
you would. Of course, you would. I know you would.
Absolutely.
So
here's a good. Sorry, Bleak. Here's a good. Go ahead, Bleak.
No. I said that's okay, brother. Go.
Oh, good. So I was saying, like, so here's a good example. I was watching Fanboy Prime, and he was battling some guy, and Russ was in the chat, and I voted against a Superman book, and Evil was like, "Oh, Biggie, you call yourself a Superman fan?" And I said, "Well, I just got a Superman 38 and a Lois 106." Fanboy Prime read that. He didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. For me, I could get those Return of Superman and the Death of Superman books lickety split. No fucking problem.
Boxes full of them. Full of them.
Yeah.
But people look at those guys as hardcore, passionate Superman fans. You know, even D.
Bro,
Like,
But look, Biggie, and no knock to him. He had to learn. I mean, he probably won't admit it because people hate to admit stuff. But
Dude.
Reggie Collects didn't know anything about Fantastic Four 48, 49, or 50.
no,
He knew nothing about them. And because if he still has the earlier videos up, people we asked, it was a group of us asked him questions. He didn't know what those books were.
Dude, I'm a Star Wars fan, and there's Star Wars people that are like, no, the prequels are the best ones. You know what I mean? Like that's because that's what they grew up with. That's what they want. That's what they believe, and that's fine. I can fault them, but who the fuck am I?
You're absolutely right about Reggie Collects, because I've asked him about, like, he'll bring up Kirby and I'll be like, oh, I love Kirby, let's talk about Kirby. And then you'll bring up anything besides Spider-Man, and there for about a year or two he would say, I'm only collecting Spider-Man, that's the only thing I want to talk about. And he didn't even know that well. Like, he didn't even really know that fucking well. So
Yeah, Reggie's he's been gone for a minute. I think he only have his store left or whatever, his store.
He only has a store where he's selling stuff at. I don't even know. He's not doing his comic anymore either. Because if he was, you can't see and stuff about that. But
people,
he's not doing anything.
People enjoy what they enjoy and shit like that. I look at, like, okay, the death and the return of Superman. I love Jurgens. Jurgens is great. Does that make me a better collector because I'm hyper focused on it? No, I enjoy all of Superman. When people say Silver Age Superman's campy, I say bullshit. I'd rather have the Silver Age stuff than the modern stuff. Besides, I do agree, like, the death and return is my favorite art.
But is there something wrong with collecting so your future can be a little easier? Is there something wrong with going, well, I love comic books and I like all comic books, but why wouldn't I want better comic books in my collection for when I'm 60, 65 and I need to do whatever?
Is there a stigma where people that get the stuff that isn't very valuable are looked at more as a pure collector as opposed to?
I think so. Yeah.
I think sometimes people do say that's more of a pure, like, they're just doing it for the love.
I collect runs. I read the books. You just collect keys, baby. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't collect runs anymore. I used to collect runs. I don't anymore. But that's the argument.
I don't make money off anything. Everything I do, I put into it, or I do spend some on
it.
But
I don't sell anything. I keep everything. Like, wow, you must have 8 million boxes of comics.
yeah, I mean, I feel like most of the guys, I love my circle. I love the people I fuck with. I know I call people circle jerks and shit like that, and it's true. There are circles, and I don't give a fuck. But I feel like the people I fuck with, they are collecting what they want, they collect what they love, and they can have basic shit and they can have really super advanced shit. I do tend to think that people that have bigger books, I'm like, that's impressive, I can't lie, but
pretty impressive. Well, when I look at Leah's comic book collection, and I'm just using him as an example because he's got a lot of the books that I truly really like, and I'm just like, wow, he's got 9/8 and Werewolf by Night and all this bullshit. Everything's high grade, everything's slab. Like, wow, that is a beautiful collection.
If I was on here still talking about Dan Jurgens and fucking Reign and Return, I would be bored out of my fucking mind. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting, like, Fanboy, he wants all the DCU variants. That's very cool. That's so cool.
And it's hard to do. That's cool and hard.
Very hard to do, yes. And Russ likes some gold and some silver and all that stuff, and he's got all the ones and all that shit and collects the runs and loves Superman. I do too, but I want the keys also. And my favorite shit isn't just Superman. It's like the Kirby number ones, like Hudat was saying. He would like a AF-15 and a First Wonder Woman. I would like to have all of the Kirby number ones from like 62 to 68.
That'd be amazing. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like that's the best nostalgia for comics. Give me that knife. Melody, get that knife from him.
But story aside and art aside, like if you don't like the art or you don't like the story or you think it's campy or you think whatever the case may be because it's 50s or 60s bullshit, it's still super, super important. It's the history of it all. It really is. Like the history of Superman, the first. You know what I mean? And how that took off. Maybe not the first. There's probably others that are more.
Yeah, it's like these right here. Like I got these today because they're not easy to get those big
No.
bicentennials, and
No.
I'll be able to read them now. You
And
know, and
Marvel versus DC stuffs is hard to get.
yeah, I never read this one. That's why I get all the new keys I can because I'm not able to read them all. You know, that's why I get True Believers. I like to.
Well, you know what else I like talking about runs. You're talking about runs, like that's why I like people like John Comics with Kids and stuff. And there's a few others, but he comes to my mind more so than anything. But like if I want to read a run, I'll go like he'll say, "Oh, it's in omnibus or it's in trade or something." I'd rather buy that than to buy a whole bunch of of the individual ones because it's.
See, and I
easier.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
easier to
because
know
I don't
what
feel like
to
there's no collectability to those. There is, but I'd still rather have the floppy who dat. So I'm out of that.
For me, it's for reading. If I want to
Right.
read it,
Okay.
If I want to hold on to it, but see, I do, to me, it's good for traveling. Like it's easier to bring an omnibus to travel, Biggie, than 20 individual comics to read it.
Never mind. It's a lot easier to bring your phone. Let's get digital.
That too, or do it that way. Like so,
digital's not horrible. You can go panel by panel. It's really pretty cool if you want to read the comic book, and then you can just collect the big issues. Hey, that's a big issue. I want to get that one.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna spend money on an Omni, I might as well get one of the floppies, and that's just how I've always done it. But they are cool.
I did it the different way. Like I got something to read, and I liked it. I ended up getting the floppies. That Black Panther run. I'm trying to think of that Black Panther one when it's like they had the first appearance of like the Dora Milaje and all those characters. I bought the trade of that because I was like, that's actually when I got back into comics. But I bought the trade. I want to say like early 2000s. Like I want to say early 2000s. I want to say like 2008, 2009. I bought that and it came out in 1998. I wasn't collecting in 1998. I was into sports, playing sports. So I read that trade. I think it's that issue run. It's actually 2009 run. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the J. Sack Campbell. He did all the covers. So I bought that trade, and I read like 1 through 20 or something. I really liked it. Guess what I did on eBay as soon as I came back from my vacation? I bought literally 1 through 20. individuals, and I'm happy I bought it from a good collector because I want to say everyone that I did grade, which I only graded 2 of them, came back a 9.8.
Wow.
Without pressing and cleaning. This was before I knew about pressing and cleaning.
Damn.
Well, you bought well.
Yeah, so I ended up buying them. I ended up buying the trade, the floppies, like you like to say later. But I would have never bought it if I wouldn't have bought the trade and read it. So,
How are you
what's
doing?
up, Collecto?
Oh, I'm very well. I was listening to the conversation. When you talk about buying various books or nicer books or holding on to the books or what your reasoning for collecting is, I think that for the most part, when you come in, it's for the love of it because you enjoy it. I didn't start out as a speculator. I'm not really a speculator, although I guess I am. But the question is, what do you like?
I would say you're an investor. I would say you're an investor.
Well, I am an investor, but it's two-edged. If I don't like the book, like example, if it's the monkey brain being put into the head, PCH expensive book, I'm not going to buy that book. I'm going to buy a different book. I'm going to buy a book that I love, that I enjoy, so I can enjoy it at the same time it's an investment. But I didn't start that way. I started just as a pure collector as a kid, like I'm sure all of us did. I just started as a little kid, and then I accumulated stuff, and then because I held them for so long, the value had increased. And then when I had an opportunity, like what Bleak was saying, that when you turn, my God, when you turn 65, well, I remembered when I turned 65, that when you say, well, then you'll have something that you can do with what you're going to want to do if you want to change to a different book or whatever. But at some point in your collecting, I came up against a situation where I had collected from 1965 all the way up to 1988, and I didn't sell anything. I just accumulated. I was a completist. And then when the guy came and he offered me an enormous amount of money, literally, a huge amount of money to buy my collection, to then shift into Golden Age to do something different. Now, I had been collecting Silver Age my entire life. So when I had the opportunity to make the move, just like what you're talking about, Houdat, you say, well, at the time that I want to make the move for the AF-15, we should say AF-15, that you have your Black Panther, you have all these Miss Mary Marvel, you have all these books. It says, do you want to shift from those to turn it into an AF-15? And you have equity and you have appreciation. How do you spend your appreciation? Well, in 1988, I basically stepped off the cliff. I got rid of everything I had. I traded everything away and then started fresh. And it felt good. I mean, I loved my books. I read the hell out of them. But at the time when it was time to make the shift, I made the shift. And in 1988, I was, 53, 88? Just a second here. I may have to take my shoes off. I'm sorry.
Looks like you got some sun there, Steppo.
I was down at the beach. I was 35. I was
like, I can do the math for me in 88.
I was 35 when I basically traded away my whole collection to start into Golden Age, and then I started to rebuild my Silver Age in just the titles I liked, but in nicer grades, so I wouldn't have to for your buyer. That's the thing, and then the sobering moment that I came up when the realization comes in, that the books, you are a curator, you are basically a custodian, because at some point your books are going to be gone. Your daughter will get them, or my son will get some, or if I precede Sue will get some. But my primary thing to do with them at that point is, if there's some special ones they want to keep, but the rest of it's going to be a big sale, and my whole collection will go to somebody else. And it's just, they say, well, those are my books. They say, well, whoever had the books before you had them, they were their books, or the 2 or 3 people before you had them.
Yeah.
So it's
it's like when you're talking about when I got back into collecting, I thought of it like you would kind of say when you're saying, I took it as in somebody told me how I should invest in stocks, and he said invest in stuff that you like, because that means you have a little stake in it. It's like, if I don't like Burger King, why would I invest in Burger King?
Right.
So it's like, that's when I took that mindset of my investing, my business side, and kind of took it into my collecting, because when I first came back, I was buying everything at the LCS. I'm not even gonna lie. Everything that came out I was buying.
Dude,
and I was like, I'm going to go broke if I do that. So I started thinking about it. I said, I need to focus on the things that I like and just get those things. I like the Ninja Turtles. I like, Black Panther. I like, it was mainly Marvel. It's like, I like more. It's like, all right, let me focus on that. Then I broke it down from there. It's like, I like the X-Men, growing up with the X-Men. Like, still got the TMNT. So when I broke it down more and more, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm focusing more on that stuff, but I bought the things I really liked, and I really felt that I wanted to invest my money and time into, and not buy, like, nothing against Superman, but I was like, that wasn't my guy. I had no ties.
No, it's not your jam. If Superman's, I'm not a big Superman collector. I am a Batman collector.
Yeah,
but
I
appreciate Superman a lot. He really changed everything in 38. Everything that we have basically was because of Superman. Superman changed the whole damn thing. It opened the door for all of these other heroes to come, and then all of the changes that have come through the years as far as how they are now. And then the nice thing now is you can choose which era you want to go to, because you don't have to buy big expensive books to enjoy Golden Age or Silver Age. If you enjoy nice books, but if you're investing and you want to love it, but you want a nice thing, then that changes the way you do it. I don't want to have 110 long boxes of books. I want to have. I would rather have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 big books, nice books, than a whole bunch of stuff. That's just where I am, because I had about 75 long boxes in my first collection that went away, and then it all went away. And I kept looking at this in my room where all those boxes used to be, and I said, they're all gone. I said, hello, and I had to walk in the room, walk in where all the space was, where all those boxes were. But I think that it's what you guys are talking about is exactly right. And it depends on how you want to approach it. If you want to, if things cost some money, you want to put the money someplace that you love it, but your money's going to be okay there.
Yeah.
When I decided to make an investment in, I think, 2014, give or take, and I decided I was going to go for a couple of big Silver Age books, in my heart, I wanted to go Showcase 4, but I knew that Showcase 4 was not going to perform as well as Amazing Fantasy 15. And so I decided to go for 2 books. And even though I like Spider-Man, I don't love Spider-Man, but I appreciate Spider-Man and his first appearance. And the value of Spider-Man has gone crazy. And then I said, I've got enough for 1 more book, because I kept talking about it in the price guide. I said, I recommend you buy high-grade Silver Age keys to invest in. Now is a good time to do it, which it was. And then I said, so is it Hulk #1 or is it Showcase 4? It turned into Hulk #1, because again, Hulk 1 is going to be a much tougher book, and more people are interested in Hulk and Spider-Man than they are in the Silver Age Flash. So my head wanted one thing, but my heart wanted something, but my head said, look, if you're going to park that kind of coin, you want to protect yourself. Now, I have a myriad of different types of areas that I collect, because I held on to what I had, and then I held it for long enough that the appreciation got big enough. And I think that'll happen for you guys too if you hold on to your stuff that's nice. That will happen to you as well.
So here's the question. I'm sorry, real quick. Do you think that out of all the collectors, there's a majority of people that collect like stuff that's just coming out, or do you think there's back issue collectors, more of those, basically?
Well, I think that when us guys were growing up, when I was growing up, there were no video games, there were no cell phones, there was on gaming, there was none of that stuff. It was, you had your bicycle, you had your skateboard, and you had your comic books and a tennis racket, and that was about a football or a baseball. I mean, that's what you had. It wasn't like you had the amount of stuff, the competition for the money now to buy. And also, when you bought a comic book when I was a kid for 10 cents or 12 cents, you've got 36 pages of story. You got a beautiful big book full of story with lots of art, lots of panels.
Lots of words.
And I mean, there was an actual, Gardner Fox is writing a story for Carmen Infantino, or John Broome. But now what you have is the comics aren't the same anymore. I mean, when kids look at a comic, I think that a lot of it's cover by. I don't think that kids can afford to spend $4 or $5, $50, $60, $70 a week picking up various titles. I think that the money, the economy of scale has changed completely on that big. I just don't think I don't think it's like apples and oranges. What are you going to do with that $35? Are you going to buy a game for your Xbox or whatever you're going to, your PlayStation or whatever you're going to play? Or are you going to buy some comic books? Where's your entertainment?
Especially kids nowadays, like they want to see things moving. They don't want to. Reading isn't on the top of the priority.
Well, they can't even get through a movie. They can't get through the first act. They can't get through the first act of a movie. They want to have everything happen right now.
Attention spans have gone way down, way down.
At first, I thought there'd probably be more back issue collectors, but the more I think about it, I think that there could be more people just buying modern, percentile wise.
I honestly don't have an answer for that. I don't really know, because I think that once if someone loves comics, I think they graduate to copper and bronze pretty quick.
I think that you can tell, like the economy, there's a lot of comic book shops closing down.
That's what you see.
That's what you see, and that's what I've been seeing, and that leads me to believe that there's probably more back issue collectors than there are new collectors, because comic book shops stay open with their new issues. They stay open with people that have a pull list. If they've got 30 people with a pull list, they're going to be open for quite some time. If they don't, they're not going to be.
So, and again, but Biggie, I think you have it's a very good question that you ask. It's a very good question. What percentage of our hobby is buying new? And once you graduate from buying new or keeping a few titles of new that you like, that you then shift to older books because you find out more. If you say, I like this book, and then you get exposed to something. I was a Silver Age collector, and then I was exposed to Golden Age, and I thought I said, oh my God, I think this is incredible. Look at this stuff. So somebody who's buying new finds copper or bronze. You got to say that the flavor of copper and bronze against the new stuff, you get more story. You get a great cover, and if you buy them in the 50-cent bins or the dollar bins and stuff like that, you can buy 3 or 4 or 5 books for what it costs to buy one new book. That is a huge incentive to go.
It might not be the flavor of the week, but it definitely is just as
Plenty of
entertaining.
flavor.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. It might not be the most popular thing people or the new people are collecting talking about right now, but it's very fun. And
I tell people all the time, man, I've priced a lot of comic books. I priced like, I don't know, 30, 70 boxes of comic books. And I'm going to tell you, all your big issues, all your variant covers, some might be worth some money, but there's a lot that just go right down to $2.
The bottom falls right out of them.
Falls right out. A lot of them are worth $2. The big story that came out, everything, all this stuff that people are like, oh, I gotta have it. It's $40 off the shelf. Oh my God, it's $40. I need it right now. You just wait a couple months. You'll be able to get that for $20. $15.
That's so true. That is so true.
I don't know if y'all had the same experience I did, but I would go to a comic shop all the time. I collected toys, but I never really got into comics. The reason I didn't was because they were a little intimidating. I didn't know enough about them. I didn't want to waste my money on something I didn't, I wanted to get the best for my
you
value.
don't want to blow your money on something you don't know.
It takes a long time, even if you're active in collecting, to learn what is right and what's wrong.
Where's my ride? I gotta go.
Sorry, they're after me again.
That's all I got. My girlfriend is she's been very patient. We've been here about an hour and a half. We're probably gonna get up out of here, but
okay.
Thank you guys.
Well, I just wanted to pop on. I was very much enjoying your conversation, gentlemen. I thought that you've made some fantastic points, and I just as you get older, if you just hold on to your stuff, because the nicer things that you hold on to can be turned into something else. All things being equal, and if you can hold, it's good to hold.
You can get rid of a lot of stuff, but there's certain things that are more rare than others. Hold on to that rare stuff, man. Like there's things that you don't see. If you have something like that, try and hang on to that.
It's impressive to see. Okay, like we've all seen what Alan's Kickstarter's doing.
Yeah.
Now, people that just collect Kickstarter stuff, that is pretty fucking cool. Like I'm a little jealous.
I know he wrote me in for more money yesterday. The big jerk.
Did you get another one?
Yeah, I got the new one that
The Thrilling.
Thrilling, yeah. That's a great pair of books. I love them.
Yeah, so you see people that have all of the Kickstarter, just like I don't have any of that shit. That's pretty cool,
But the bottom side on that's a $20 book plus shipping. I mean, that you can't just arbitrarily fall into that. $20 is a few books.
Well, no, I thought it was more now. I thought it was a $30 book plus shipping.
Well, there are. There's 20, 30. There's some that are 75. I mean, it's just they put the screws to you.
See, I love Alan, but for $50, I could get like a real jumbo phone.
I agree.
No,
I can get like a golden
there you
book.
go. There you go.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Hey, go check out Alan and Stepo in like an hour. He'll be on. Y'all don't need my promotion. There'll probably be 40 people there tonight. But I'm just saying, if you're watching, go watch it.
Yeah, we start at 4 my time, so it'll be like 7 Eastern.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, we had a nice little couple people. I haven't seen Stevie B in a while, and we had Don Dizzle in here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
a couple
you.
people I haven't seen in your.
Yeah, it was nice. Good to see you,
What's
Don.
up, Don?
K-pop, appreciate you. You know,
Katie,
K-pop says a lot of interesting things, and I was
she
just
saved me on the Kickstarter, and I had to talk Alan and Bleecker down.
It was
Both of
ridiculous.
those guys couldn't figure out how to do it. So you know what they always do? What all Canadians do? They call an American to tell them how to fix it.
Here we go.
I thought you were gonna say they
Here
quit
we
and walked
go.
away.
You know,
Here
what all,
we go.
you know what all American men do? They call K-pop to fix it.
That's what I did.
That's what you did.
That's the reason I could do it, because she knew.
That's her specialty, man. Kickstarter, dude. Nobody does
Saved me.
Kickstarter better than Pop. That's fact.
Yeah, it was. It's good though. The Kickstarter is good. I'm really proud of Alan. He's doing an awesome job there.
All right,
Yeah, man.
gentlemen. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
we're out of here, guys. Thank you so
I'll
much,
see you
Big
everybody.
Biggie.
Oh, that was a little abrupt. See y'all later.
All right.
Big Biggie. Biggie.